All right. Hello there, ladies, gentlemen, gamers. Welcome back. Today, we are doing somewhat of a reaction, but not really. It's more going to be a rant video. So, League of Legends just released a new skin line, or at least I think it's new. It's kind of similar to one we had in the past with, I think Immortal Blade was what it was called. But regardless, what is the purpose of me making this video? I'll just cut straight to the chase. Soraka is getting a new legendary, right? Soraka's getting legendary, and there's a lot of controversy behind it. And hot off the heels of what just happened with the Samira legendary, or sorry, the ultimate, which should have been a legendary, Riot is basically doing something, and once they got away with it with the Samira skin, it basically spelled doom for the future going forward. And I was scared of this. I think I mentioned this in the Samira video, but it looks like it's coming to fruition a lot faster than I thought. So I'm just going to play these two videos I have for proof here to kind of set the stage, but just know we're in the darkened times. We are finally in the darkened times of League of Legends.
Who is this girl? Is this Kale? Is this Ashe? Is this Kale cosplaying as Ashe? Was Kale Ashe all along? So this is pretty funny. Riot released the new Immortal Journey skins.
Look at this shit. Look at this shit side by side. So, to give some context, they're going to give this context anyway, but I'll spoil the surprise here. The Kale skin for this new upcoming patch, which I review every 2 weeks at Twitch TV Tecnics channel, has a Kale skin that was supposed to be legendary. They took it away from Kale and gave it to Soraka. Just let that sink in for a second. They took a legendary away from Kale and gave it to Soraka. So there's a whole bunch of issues with this. I'm going to go to them at the end. I'm just going to let the video play out. But what the fuck?
And the new skin for Kale looks a bit similar to Lunar Empress
A
Ashe from
bit
last year.
similar?
Even the icons they released alongside the skins are very similar.
The only thing that's different is the stupid forehead mark.
And their
And the earrings.
in-game heads and hair are very much alike too. Didn't help that both went with the same red mark on their forehead and the same earrings as well.
Okay, first of all, in-game, no one is going to see that mark.
But at least Kale has wings, unless she's down doing an emote, and her hair turns blonde once she levels up her passive and grows more wings. Is Red saying that blondes are more powerful than brunettes with this one, or were they just hyped for Barbie? But I do like this new skin a lot, especially the wings. I just thought it's funny how they look so alike, and a lot of people have been pointing this out, but that's more to show the same face and body syndrome that Riot has with a lot of the female champions. Apart from that,
They make them hot. Okay, now here's the controversy with Soraka.
Another problem people have been pointing out yesterday is that the new legendary Soraka skin has almost the same animations as the previous Dawn and Nightbringer legendary skins
Look at
she
that.
received.
Look
so
at that.
kinda weird that they gave a champion with two legendaries, another legendary, and they also copy-pasted a lot of the things that should be unique to a legendary skin. I think Shyvana could have used the legendary instead to give her a better in-game model and some actual animations for her abilities instead.
Oh, something that makes sense? Absolutely not.
Since it's kinda sad how nice her dragon form recall looks.
That shit looks crazy.
And how Steve and her ability animations are looking. Hopefully she will get that rework soon instead.
Yeah, we're still waiting on fucking Skarner's one, which is not coming till next year.
So yeah, record budget year by the way. Let me know what you think about this skin incident. Leave a like or I will copy your face and make a clone with wings out of you. And thanks for watching.
So thank you to Remus for that. And we're just going to see a redundant video just confirming it again. But now we're also going to see people's reactions, which, you know, this is me kind of stirring my little part into the pot here. I'm adding my reaction to the bunch.
Ain't no way they gave the legendary to Soraka after making Kale's legendary an epic. Girl just cannot catch a dub.
So let me just point this out, by the way. So people are upset that they're giving it to Soraka because as Remus said before, Soraka has two legendaries. I don't know if you want to count them as two because they're kind of what they did with Lux, where it's kind of just the same skin, just different colors. It's almost, if you know, you want my opinion, it's almost very similar to a Chroma. It's just slightly better than a Chroma. It's Dawnbringer and Nightbringer. So we have Dawnbringer and Nightbringer Soraka, which I would count as one legendary, even though it's two separate skins. It's kind of just the same thing, just different sort of enhanced chroma. And in fact, they have that now too. The other legendaries that are coming out, or now they have new chromas coming out for the legendaries that are like more advanced that you have to buy with the stupid purple like currency that they have in the Mythic Essence shop. Mythic Essence, that's what it's called. So they have advanced chromas already for certain champions, legendaries that are coming out. And I realistically think they just didn't think far into the future. They didn't future proof what they were thinking in the past. And they honestly just cash grabbed us to release 2 legendaries knowing they would sell more. They did it with Lux, they did it with Soraka, and I'm trying to think if they did it with anyone else. They did it with Yasuo too, with Dream Dragon and like whatever other dragon. But that to me was already a cash grab because yeah, the skins had different sort of effects, different coloring, but that was basically it. It was just a different color, different like sort of thematic, even though it was the same theme skinned. It was different theme of colors. But now, after Samira, so the whole big thing is Samira, right? Samira basically lowered the bar for an ultimate skin. So going forward, an ultimate skin basically is trash because the fact that an ultimate skin, and I said this in my Samira reaction video, the fact that an ultimate skin has base animations from the base skin should be unacceptable. But you know, we kind of lost that battle because the skin's out, it's priced as an ultimate, Riot has radio silence, and even though they've been hearing the complaints, they've done barely anything to address it, and it kind of just seems like it is what it is, you know, we've lost. But because we've lost now going forward, Riot knows they could get away with more. So it's not even the ultimates that are going down in quality, it's the legendaries too. And for years, I've been saying the legendaries have been going down in quality. I've been saying in the past they had some sort of gimmick. Now they have new gimmicks, which, you know, to some people might be better. I think it's worse, especially those pentakill things. Those are cool as shit, but realistically speaking, how often are you going to get them? So I think overall the legendaries have been going down in quality as time has gone on. There are still some good ones, but overall they've gone down. But now they're literally reusing animations from another legendary. That's still better than the Samira skin, mind you, because Samira's using base animations for her ultimate. So it still sucks that like now Riot's getting even more lazy with the skins, even though it's still better than their ultimate. But this is where this really brings a dark omen to the future of League because every single time there was a budget cut to League of Legends, because let's be honest, right? Riot Games is Riot Games. Games as in plural, because now they're making a lot more games. Legends of Runeterra, for instance, isn't really making money, so they're restructuring that. I'm pretty sure Project L is probably going to be like their big hype thing, and it's free, so I wonder how they're going to monetize that correctly. But I'm pretty sure they're just putting all their eggs in the basket of Project L, Valorant, and the MMO, which who knows if that's coming out. And slightly TFT is there. TFT is kind of there, but not really. I feel like they're ignoring that too because they kind of realized how much they can milk it. So at this point, right, League has been getting less and less, I feel like, support, less and less attention. But every time they've cut funding from League, they've cut it from esports, they've cut it from every single department except the skin department. Now I feel like the only excuse they have for what's happening is they cut funding to the skin department. And if that has happened, League is truly in dark waters. But this is so fucking stupid. At this point, people are arguing though. Just think about this. People are arguing, wow, Soraka got her third legendary. They wanted it to be on Kale, who was going to get her second legendary if this went through. And there's still champions out there that don't have legendaries. This is where I'm a big believer in doing things for the community, even if it's not fully beneficial for you in that one instance. I look at the more broader things. So Riot is obviously a $1 billion company, right? I feel like their whole thing is we have to make money, we have to make something that sells extremely well. They won't really do something that's really just for the fans, especially of certain champions, because again, they want to make money. So let's just say, I don't know, they made a legendary for Mundo's a bad example because he has one already. I'm trying to think of a person who doesn't have any. Let's say they made a legendary for fucking God, I'm trying to think. Yorick, right? Not many people play Yorick. For them to make a legendary for Yorick, they would obviously, I think, lose money on that for how much it costs to make a legendary. But I think they should just do it and bite the cost of it because it shows community gratitude. This is where they very well could do it. They could bite the bullet, but because they're so incessant, what I believe to be on, you know, just how much money can they profit, what's their margins, I feel like they're never going to do something if it's just not profitable, like purely profitable. This is where again they can take the hit. It's Riot Games. They have the money. They made Arcane. They're in Fortnite for fuck's sake. They can definitely take the hit money wise. It's just they don't want to, and they don't want to give things back that are not going to be purely beneficial for them. And it's sad. And that's why these champions keep getting the fucking same skins. Lux keeps getting them. Ezreal keeps getting them. Fucking Soraka's getting them now. Yasuo. Like, come on. I'm sick of this bullshit. It's so fucking stupid. Like, the fact that we're on a champion getting their third legendary, again, even though Soraka's kind of a niche one because she has two of the same one, but people are still counting it as the third, and I kind of will here because, again, it's reusing shit. They should not get a pass for this. Like I said, ever since the Samira skin was allowed to happen, which it's kind of hard not to allow it with the way community works, especially in League, it's just like, bro, it's just going to get worse from here. I called it. I didn't think it was going to happen this quickly, but goddamn is it happening. Let's watch the rest of this video. Let's see how people are upset.
Champions getting to be on their third legendary is so fucking stupid. Asian lore inspired tick,
Yup.
insanely popular champions.
And that's another thing I've had an issue with. A lot of the skin lines, and I've talked about this before too, a lot of them are very geared towards Asian themes. And it's obvious because Riot is owned by Tencent, and where do they want to sell the majority of their stuff? In China. So again, there's a lot of Asian skin lines. Most of the events are Asian themed, I would say. Or not most of them, but like a lot of them compared to other events that happened. I mean, we had the Fright Night one, and now we have the Soul Fighter one. But the Harrowing too, that was more League event. You know, League story oriented. But in general, I feel like we get a lot of Asian inspired skins, and I wonder why. And it's so annoying.
Tick, the cash grab skin line for this summer.
Yup.
Comparison of animation between Dawnbringer, Nightbringer, and Immortal Junie Soraka from Reddit user
Look at
Zero
this.
Melody Zero.
Look at this
From the
crap.
moment the video previewing these new skins came out, I knew something was off, and I was right. I knew the Q animation was reused because I used Dawnbringer so much. I knew it. I knew something seemed oddly familiar
knew
about
it.
this skin. This is so disappointing to see.
This
they're
is
essentially
sad.
reusing animations from her previous legendary on this one. Why is Riot being so lazy?
Why are they being lazy? Because they got away with it with Samira. It's so sad.
Reuse animations and be thematically mediocre. Nailed it. I knew
Yup.
something was
And you know what the sad part is? There's going to be so many people who are upset at this, but it's such a drop in the bucket to the amount of people who either A, don't care, or B, are going to buy this anyway. It doesn't matter. And again, I think we're in the dark times where now even the skins are going to get worse in League. Once Riot smelled that they don't have to put an effort into these and they could still make their return on money and make a profit, I think they like sat back in their chairs, breathed a sigh of relief, and was like, finally, we can stop trying in the last thing we were trying at in this game, the skins. Because I feel like in everything else, they're really not trying. I always feel like there's someone complaining about the balance, there's someone complaining about the esports. Never did, well, you know, aside from me, only a couple people really complained about the skins, but now even the skins are taking it to where everything I feel in League now, every department is getting neglected. Maybe League is dying, man. Maybe they just don't care. Or maybe their focus really is on, okay, League is like been around for how long? It's old. People are going to forget about it. We're going towards the MMO full blast.
off as soon as I saw the preview video. I guess Riot is really focused on downgrading legendaries.
Yup.
Considering Samira's legendary was priced at 3250 RP and now
Yup.
the Soraka skin, which reuses Dawn Nightbringer animations, is going to be priced at 1820 RP. Show this
Crazy.
to someone who hasn't played League and have them guess which is Ashe and which is Kayle.
And I'm gonna be honest, when I saw this, because I saw this video before the Remus one we just saw, I honestly couldn't tell. I thought the one on the right was Kayle, and I'm still not too sure. I think the one on the left is Kayle because she has the sword, and if I remember correctly, she had the fire on her forehead. But bro, this is so similar, it's crazy. And this is a big issue I feel like that we're running into with the skins, especially, believe it or not, the Asian themed ones. When I see the splash arts in game, I actually can't tell who the champions are. In the loading screen, unless I look at the name, just from the splash art alone, I can't tell anymore if it's for a woman. I feel like all of their women look the same.
Is Kayle. So, am I the only one seeing this, or wow, that's
It literally looks like someone edited like Ash's skin onto Kayle. It like doesn't look real.
like the same hairstyle used, WTF. Not us going from the same face syndrome to the same everything syndrome. Apparently Morgana isn't Kayle's only sister.
That's
There's
funny.
also Ashe and they are twins. It seems every
Wow.
new batch of skins has some sort of controversy or backlash to
Yup.
it, and it feels like I'm watching Days of Our Lives every time I open Twitter and Reddit. What
Bruh, and they're
do you
right.
make of all this? Are you going to buy any of them? Let me know below.
Well, I'm definitely not, but that's for another reason. But this is just fucking ridiculous. This is ridiculous and it's sad. Like, the worst part is, again, I don't think things are going to change. I think they're kind of set in motion. But bro, I know Twitter and Reddit like always complain about everything, but here I think they finally have a right. But anyway, I just want to make this video to advertise my Twitch channel, Twitch TV Tecnics channel, where I stream every day, and I actually am streaming this live right now. And just to vent my frustration because I'm sick of this bullshit. Of course, it had to happen when an AD got an ultimate. I feel like that was the start of the end. This is so bullshit. I'm fucking upset. I hope everyone enjoyed. Eee!